Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi there. I'm so sorry my mic didn't work. It says that my mic is working now. So let's see if I do see some people with, oh, in the chat. Thank you so much. Please say something. Somebody. Oh, yay. I am back. Okay. I am so sorry. This is like my very first time to do any of this. And it's just tough. And I know I feel the love from everybody. I'm going to be reading. I'm actually, to tell you the truth, I just ordered a new gazillion dollar computer because to avoid stuff like this. My oh, hello, my friends. Now, I hope I didn't offend anybody during the show because this is why I wanted the after party, because I'll say something about a number that someone is not using to the fullest extent, and then you'll have that number and think, oh, I've done something wrong, said something wrong about you. It's not there's no bad number. There's just poor choices around it, not understanding it. Just saw you on Linda G's. Yes, thank you so much. Hello from Texas. I really appreciate. From France. Oh, wow. Thank you. I know numerology is catching on. So let me give you kind of an idea of how I do personal years, because I'll give you an example, because, I work on the psychic hotlines. And so I have good experience. One of them has a clicker on it that it's 10 over 10,000 readings I've done, but I've used this numerology. I put it to the test. So here is what I can tell you. So you have a good idea about what the numbers do. You are a one personal year. Yay. Last year. So, someone just wrote that, Dominican Republic. I feel so international. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and helping me out. So I'm going to give you a funny scenario, to have you understand what what a life path number means when I work with the population. I'm going to give you a description. This really happens. So the reason numerology helps me so much is because there will be a phone call from a lady. She said that her boyfriend of 2 years broke up with her, cheated on her, and then blocked her. After 2 solid years, he takes his stuff and leaves. Oh, and by the way, when he excuse me, when he cheated on her, he blamed her for him cheating. The type, right? And so this is how the different life path numbers are going to react to this situation. This will tell you a lot. So he left, and he calls back 6 weeks later. Hey, baby, how do you think a one life path woman would react? Say, no way. I'm on to new things. I am not spending time with stuff that I had last week. So she's on her way. She still feels for him, but he was definitely a practice boyfriend. What would a 2 life path woman say to that same guy? The 2 life path woman has a hard time unweaving herself from the people around her. And it's not like it's just that she is able to mirror back someone's best self so much that she kind of figures, the shadow part of it is that you don't know where you are and the other person begins, that type of thing. So if he calls back, hey baby, she would probably go out with him. A 3 life path woman would do this. All the time that they were broken up, she would be thinking creative. I think I'll stop by the coffee shop he usually goes in. Maybe I'll run into him and it'll trigger something in him, right? Or so she's kind of moving. If she wants him back in his life, she will keep a note of him. Since she's blocked on everything, what she's going to do is just travel his route, hoping to run into him. So then when he comes back, she will want to try it again. Seriously, try it again. The 4 life path number, um, they're more steadfast. They'll go to care for themselves. What they do is diligently self-care to get out of it. But she will let him back into her life, have him fall in love with her again, and then break up with him. So the 4 is that way, sure, come on back. I mean, and now I'm leaving you. The 5 life path woman is most just in Morocco. She's taken a break from the world. She knows how to take care of herself. That's the 5. The 6th life path woman would says, hey baby, the low down cheating daddy's calling back. Hey baby. The 6th life path woman would say, what's going to be different this time? She'll listen and she'll ask that question, what's going to be different this time? And she won't help him with the answer. That's what a 6th life path person would do. Now, 7 life path is very interesting because, I mean, I could talk an hour about the different faces of a 7 life path. But if they are obsessed with you, trying to figure out why you have done the decisions you make, usually they're a bit frantic and they kind of stalking you anyway. And they can be difficult. If a 7 life path has numbers in front of her, engineering or that kind of thing, the structure, she's fine. But when she's trying to figure out why someone does something, she can't, there's no finite line on that. So she'd be quite confused. The 8 life path wouldn't have gone out with the guy a second time. So that's off. The 9 life path is all about legacy. So it's all about legacy and family and community. They're the old souls of the planet. And by the time this low down cheating daddy comes back, hey baby, she's already started her legacy with someone else, building a legacy with someone else, most likely because it's not important for her to be with him. It's important for her to build a future. So for the community. And so that's basically how the numbers work when I'm on the hotline. Hey, Miss Deb. Oh, this a longtime friend of mine, Deb Thornton. She is wonderful, and we've been she's here to support me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, how you find out what your personal year number is, again, because I think I saw that in the chat, is Lily Rose, you're a 3 life path. Oh gosh, I bet you do beautiful art. You're very, very creative. Anyway, so the life path number never changes. It's for the rest of your life. But the personal year number changes with roughly around every calendar year. And that's when you have your lessons and blessings. And once you figure out, if you can figure out your personal year early enough in the year, you can have a fantastic year because you kind of know what is coming up. So for the personal year number, you add your month and your day together. Like I'm January 25th, so I'd be 1 plus 2 plus 5, and then I'd add 7 because that's this year's number. 2023 is a 7. So that turns out to be, what was that? Anyway, 2-digit number, and then it boils down to a 6. So it always comes down to a single digit and then you only stick to the 9, the 1 through 9. So, that's your personal year. Your I feel that somebody might ask this because who knows numerology. If on your life path number, it comes out to a double digit, like an 11, 22, 33, 44, that type of thing, then you don't reduce that. That has its own story about it. So, how do I figure my life path? Oh, that's a good question. Your life path number, I have on my I have that on my YouTube channel, how to do both of them, but it's your month, your day, and your year you were born, all separated in single digits, and you add each one up, and then you'll come up with a double digit number, and then you add those two together, it'll be a single digit number. Sometimes with the life path 3, you're going to move into like a 39, and then you reduce it to a 12 because you would do 1 or 3 plus 9 is 12, and then you do 1 plus 3 is 1 plus 2 is 3. We can really get down into the leaves, weeds in this. Oh, somebody's on 11 life path. Master numbers are so awesome because, I mean, no number is better than the other number, but a double digit number of 11, 12, 11, 22, 33, one of those, you're born with a little extra potential. And you have this incredible, everyone feels a little under the gun, but a double master number person will always feel that they're never done enough. They could they could be a better person. They can do more. It's a little bit more complicated, but, and that can be a hard time on. And usually the double digits, I mean, I won't go into too much of it, but, right now, and we've got a life path 9, what else? Life path 1 personal. So when your life path number 1, and this is for Rob, so you have a life path number of 1, that means you're independent, and your personal year of 1, that's when the wind is at your back. You are going to have inspiration when you're a 1 life path like that. And then having a 1, it's like, I want to do something new. I want to live in a different place. I want to travel to a different destination. I want to start a business or sell a business. So you want something new. Also, you have this, I'll tell you, Rob, you have this little thing inside. 1 life paths have this little thing inside to where, if you're in a group of people and you're walking towards the door, you're out and about, you're watching, the 1 life path will be the one to open the door first, for everybody. They'll speed up and open the door. And in their mind, they'll say, I won. It is so funny. I won. I made it to the door first. So, now your personal year 4, this is what I wanted to say on her channel. Linda G, it was so nice of her to come on, and I am buying a new computer, so this doesn't happen. But, for instance, with Ron DeSantis, he is doing his 3 personal year just fine by all of his ideas. So last year, whoever wrote that your personal year 4, last year you were given these inspirations, kind of these pulls to do something, create something new, creative. The cool part about a 3 personal year is that you not only wake up thinking, oh, I want to paint a picture. You have the momentum, you have the talent, and you get the accolades for it. The 4 personal year is all about crossing the T's, dotting the I's, either go into more skill, or basically there isn't a whole lot of reward. A cycle of reward isn't as obvious in a 4 personal year. It's a lot, you're like, for instance, my 3 personal year, I created a tarot video course. I wrote a book. I created a deck, so, and all the while I'm thinking I'm just not doing enough because I had so many ideas. I was a lot of momentum. But then in the 4 personal year, I'm looking for a publisher, and I have to market my course. That's where you have to do the grunge work. But it will pay off if you are able to keep your nose to the grindstone, and it will pay off sooner than later. So 5 life path means constant change. No, 5 life. Oh no. So 5 life paths does not mean constant change. What it means is you are more interested, you're more comfortable in front of the camera than behind it. I gather names like people in the news and like the presenters, the CNNs, the broadcasters and the reporters. A lot of them are 5s. They really have divine truth. They go out and they find out something and they report it. It's almost like you're a wordsmith. The downside, the only shadow side I see is that you can't seem to find your freedom inside a commitment. So if you were dating someone, how it manifests, and I read this on the lines a lot, it's like you test love by pushing it away and see if it comes back, pushing and comes back. So you play hard to get, and then if perhaps you get married, then all of that is off the table. You are married. You don't stray. You don't do anything. You really respect the institution. So it's a real interesting thing. But travel is important for you. Travel is important. Mine is 11 to 70. Excuse me, 11 to 70. I always want to use my calculator because when I'm in doing psychic work, I don't trust my mind to add. So you have a 2 personal year, one with the birthday 11 to 70. And let me see your life path number. You're a 3 life path number. Having a 2 personal year is how I read that. So, you've got another one, 6558. So how I do this, I'm going to say it out loud so you guys can follow along. I do 6 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 8 equals 34/7. So you're 30. Now I do with life path numbers, the 2 numbers that bring me there, right to the single digit, mean something. Those are your life lessons. So the 34/7 means that it's the creative and hardcore stuff. So basically, the 7 life path people are smart. Oh my God, you can go somewhere and learn something really complicated like surgery or something, brain surgery, and then be able to go to a classroom and teach it. You have that capacity. And if you wanted a 7 life path, if you wanted to go into spirituality, metaphysics, the psychic sciences, you'd be very good at it. It's almost like you have a extra God spark to that. So it's just wonderful being a 7. But then you have to remember, you get crazy if you try to figure out something that you can't figure out, like human nature. Human nature, you cannot hammer that down. So people who are a 7 life path that want to go into mental health, they would struggle if they were like a psychologist or a counselor, because they're trying to figure out and find a formula that is a straight line through whatever these decisions people are making. If you were wanted to go into mental health, the medical field of any kind, that with mental health, I would suggest being a psychiatrist where you can figure out formulas, medication, and math. You have a lot of math. 34/7. Another one. We got another one. Spiritual people. Holy cow. 11 personal year is a 2 personal year. That's the thing, when you're figuring out your life path number, the one that stays with you your whole life. If it's an 11, you don't reduce it. But for your personal year, you reduce it because the personal years go in 9-year cycles. They don't go in 11 or 22-year cycles. It's just 9. But mom of 2 dogs. I love that. You are a 7. I have so many master numbers and 7s that come to me. You attract who you are, kind of thing. And it's fascinating how that works. Oh, a 7 with a personal 8. That's awesome. 11 life path. I'm an 11. Now, okay, so this is where it gets fun. Ready? So what I did is I'm a life path 11. And so I did my name as well. I went to one of the calculators on the internet. And so my full name at birth is an 11. And then I added up my social security number, and that's 11. And I'm thinking, this is crazy. I think it's just great. And 11 life path. Absolutely. Here's a question. Hi, Debra. I was wondering if you can give me info on 7 personally. Yeah, I just spoke about the 7. So you are smart, really, really smart. And you're a personal year 6. Okay, so I've got news on the personal year 6 because that's what I'm going through right now. So 6 is all about overreacting. You can overreact because it's divine control, divine order. And so normally on any day of the year, I could go from 0 to 60 because I thought someone disrespected me, or I don't know what it is, just my charm, part of my charm. But in a 6 personal year, it's like 0 to 100. And it's ridiculous. I can come down off someone doing something, or I feel slighted or something like that. It's like it stuck on me and it made my whole day bad. And then I realized, oh, there you are. So a 6 personal year is all about you trying to find room between with your anger and not forgiveness right away, but you need to find room because it's like life is going to test you that way. And then you'll notice that you, instead of getting a little bit mad, you're going to go off the charts mad. And so when that happens, also, I find that in a 6 personal year, I'm telling you everything. I don't know. In a 6 personal year, your thoughts test you. Like you go out and say, oh, her hair looks awful. And those stupid things that haunt you kind of, and I'm thinking, what is this? Ah, yes, it's a 6 personal year. And then, but if I'm able to say, oh, the lesson begins, someone makes me mad, then I go to 100. How dare you? And then I remember, oh, there you are. There's my lesson. And that puts in my mind, I get to say, that person didn't get out of bed to make me mad. And that gives me room to say, okay, back to normal, Deb. So a 6 personal year is pretty cool about teaching you how to give room for people to just be themselves without your commentary. When you have no path and you are never on the path for you. Let's see. What about if you feel like you have no path and you 12 to 54, just a second. 12 to 54. That goes pretty fast. I understand what you're saying when you feel like you're aimless, and I will find out the answer for you. So, excuse me. +7. So you're in a 3 personal year, and I'm going to do 5 4. Oh, you're a 6 life path number. So part of feeling untethered, um, from feeling like you belong is because you are an expert at creativity and divine order. And if you were raised in a situation where it was just chaotic all the time, and then you try and maybe go into a marriage that might have been chaotic or relationships, that kind of thing, it's like you feel like I've made my best guess and nothing worked out, that kind of thing. So if the one thing about reading here, like when I do readings, I want to change your perspective so you can have new strategies. My ideal session is when I talk to someone and they hold up their hand, they say, "Okay, I got it. I got it. You know, I got this." It's like, oh, now I can go out into the world and make my choices. It's like course correcting. What is my life path number with 7152? So I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to look at all your questions as they come in real time. You're a 6 personal year, just like me, 7152. And you're a 7 life path. Very spiritual, very gifted, very gifted. So now I'm just going to lean in and look at this life path 5 with personal year 9. You know what that means is just giving up what just because always remember when you're in a 9 year, it's life saying you've got to give up what just doesn't work. Now, the benefit, how life supports you in that decision is that what you're supposed to give up will become really chaotic and obvious. So I'll just do relationships. When you're hooked on someone who says, "I don't want to be with you," but you'll hold out hope that they will back. If you don't really change your position on that or your perspective on that before the one personal year starts, the next year starts, then you kind of drag that stuff into the next year, which means that you don't get the benefit of that next year, because you're so busy looking at the past, you can't take advantage of the future. What's synchronized up for you? Life path 11, personal year 5. All the personal year 5s mean that life is going to make your choices. So it's like a 5 life year, personal year means that you give permission to your guides and guardians and angels to course correct you to stay on your blueprint. So things are going to develop in front of you that are going to change your mind. Now, if you are really stubborn, the 5 personal year is going to be hard, really hard. If you're loose and say, "Okay, I'm going with the wind," and so when you go for your plane, it's delayed or you missed it, that's okay. I'll catch the next one. And that's the lesson that the 5 personal year teaches, is how loose you can be with what's in front of you, and your life can be so cool. And also, people are always afraid of change, of course. I've read a lot of people with a life path, or excuse me, a personal year 5 who are get wonderful opportunities because life changes for the better as well, like TED Talks and good contracts and getting a $200,000 a year job. I mean, those changes happen too in a 5%. It's not all grim, that's for sure. I did my numbers correctly too. See, I'm addicted to this. I can do numbers all that. There are calculators online that can help you out. Just make sure it's the Pythagorean numerology. the Chaldean is a very narrow method, and there's calculators on the internet for Chaldean numerology, but they don't recognize the number 9, and they don't recognize master numbers, double digit numbers, and how they come up with the meanings of the numbers is by their sound. So it's a whole different way of looking at the numbers and calculating the numbers. And sometimes people call me and say, you told me I was a 33, but when I went online, it was a 6. No, it's a double creativity 6. But that must have gotten into the Chaldean theory of things. But if you stay on the Pythagoras side, I was told that being a life path 5 means my life changes every 5 years. Is that true? I haven't found that to be true. I haven't read that. I have not experienced that to be true. I believe you make your own choices. It's not like life makes the choice for you. In a 5 personal year, life will change a little bit, and what you're supposed to learn is to be just, like the wind, a reed in the wind. But a 5 life path number is dynamic, it's interesting, it's bold. And if you don't feel that in your 5 personal year or 5 life path, then entertain the thought that you haven't been as bold or brave as you can be, as you were born to be, that type of thing. And, oh, this has been fun. Mom of 2 dogs. Life path 9, personal year 9. Well, when you have your life path number as 9 and your personal year number as 9, it just means this is a very big year for him to give up what doesn't work and really settle on what legacy he wants to move into and enjoy. So all of that, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna be coming back on live now that I now that I know how. You guys are just so nice. Oh, so I just confused Rose, Roxanne. So sorry, I'm so confused. I know the numbers are now go to my I guess you are on my YouTube channel. I do have a little 9-minute tutorial on how to figure out your numbers, both your life path and your personal year number. What I plan to do on my playlist is numerology, because I think it's cool. And then I'm going to people who who are interested in being psychic advisors, even just for themselves, or be a better friend to someone, being able to, understand how their person is thinking. That's what I'm going to teach as well. And also numbers by politics by the numbers and dating by the numbers. Well, so there's going to be some dating things. Now, people who are advisors, who counsel people and happily married, tune into the dating the dating ones, because I have found so many interesting things about dating, because don't believe anything on the internet that says you're not compatible with someone, because that's just not true. There's things that you can learn from other people. So don't be rigid on that. But when I was reading my books and going through a lot of info, I was so curiosity driven for numerology. And I read all the theories. This means that. Well, I put them into practice every time I did a reading. I wouldn't say, oh, you're a life path 9, or, oh, you're this and that. I wouldn't say that to them. I'm not going to teach them numerology. Numerology teaches me how that person thinks, they process information, what their ability to change courses, and it just saves a lot of time. I can meet a person where they are quicker. So during dating, it's so interesting how many times I tried to put the theory of the numbers to all of my calls, and sometimes I found that it didn't hold true as much, in some of it. So I have a little bit different slant on how I interpret the numbers. Oh, Brandon, oh, you need help with your. It's so interesting. So go to the tutorial and please subscribe so when I schedule something, you get the notice. I think that's how it works. I have 40, little over 40 subscribers, so I'm just really brand new, as you can tell. And I'm so glad to get all these glitches out of the way. Yay! I was on my Linda G's show and my mic went out. And this is like a spaceship mic. This is like a gazillion dollars and it went out. So, oh, how is it when you change your name? Okay, so when you do the see, I can't stop. When you go to a name calculator, I always start with the name at birth, full name at birth in the name calculator. And so that'll tell you what your number is. And then your married number or married name or the name you change to is fine, but all of them seem to match up. I've tried it out. Like, for instance, I did the name calculation for someone in business, and his proper name or name at birth, the name he uses to sign contracts was all about business. It was like eight or four or something like that. It was really good. But his casual name that he uses is this fun-loving three, creative and everything. So it matches up. It seems to complement each other. So don't forget to hit thumbs up. Thank you, Marjorie. Show you Victoria and Vicky. I'd have to do the numbers on that. Birth number is a 1. Life path number or birth number is a 1. That's great. It's all about being bold. See, like a 1 life path, if you're afraid of offending people, if you're afraid of being the first one on the dance floor or the first one to the buffet, uh, that's that. Those little things are the reason why you may have trouble in your life. Only because a 1 life path person was put on the planet to have fresh ideas, to have that quick wit. Even if you think afterwards, oh, I shouldn't have said that joke, it's better to just go for the joke. I mean, and because it just doesn't matter. You don't and and be honest, you don't listen to every word someone says either. Your mind is like clicking along, and so if you are offended by people, um, what do you call it, thin-skinned or real sensitive, then you would struggle with the 1 life path because you were born to be number 1. Um, you were born to be number 1, the first one out the gate. So try it sometimes, at a table where everybody's going to go to the buffet. Get up first, and or leave first. There's 1 life path number, one that I was talking to, who never wanted to be the first one to leave a party, even though she was dead tired. I said, "That's there. Let's start there." So let's start there. Boy, there's a lot of 1s now. And a lot of 11s. I knew it. 32 life path 32 5. So the 2 numbers prior to the single number are are what you need to work on kind of in this lifetime. So the 32 would be creativity and teamwork, basically, is where your 5 is. So it would be what I see for you ideally would be like someone who coordinates like Mel does. He coordinates all these trips to, and creative things for people to go on, and you're working with other people and you need to rely on other people. If I, that would be part of, that's your goal, to be comfortable with something like that, to where you create something, work with others for its success. If you're not doing that, then it's it's tough. It's going to be tough. So I have someone here say, please, please, please. So a life path 11 is a master number. Life path 11s usually are incarnate into families. I mean, nobody says that. Well, I've met a few that have said that their childhood was wonderful, but most people have had challenging childhood. But an 11 life path is a little bit different, because they tend to incarnate into troubling situations in the family. So they grow up with a thought like they'd rather be alone than with anybody else, instead of a relationship, just leave me alone, that type of thing. So they're more comfortable being independent. Once you trust someone, which could take a while, then that would be fine. Then you're, devoted and everything. But you do look outside the box. You're, you can overthink things really easily. So 11s have a lot on their plates. Remember that even like 7s and 9s, everybody has something planned in their life, the blueprint, their goals. Numerology gives me the ability to understand the numbers, so it would help you know what to work on for that success. And it's best with a master number 11 to write things down. Write your book, do your videos, and get out there. Even though you're not even though you're not interested in having a big tribe around you, you just are brilliant with like writing and getting your point across. So, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to I'm going to sign off. I hope I know how. I want to really thank you all for your generosity and your patience with my old computer. I'm going to definitely do more of these, and especially when I get my new computer mid-month, I'll be doing more. And oh, thank you so much. I feel so happy that you, and if you want to book a reading or session, you can go to growyourlight.com or myname.com. The both are pointed to the same thing. And so I'm getting out there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This has been great. Till next time, and subscribe so you know when I'm coming on again. Also, go to my website. Oh, let me know, email or go through the website. Let me know what topic interests you. If you're really into numerology, if you're really into dating, or how people get together and move. If it's just politics, I can do that too. So that would help a lot. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.